Result shows grave concerns about Keir Starmer and his leadership. Mayfield produced the most striking outcome. Ward in Redbridge, northeast London, which has historically been a Labour stronghold with a sizable Muslim population and a large loyal base. 2 years ago, Labour held a 71% majority in the ward, but this week, that dominance fell in a stunning upset, and the seat was won by the Ilford Independents, a local party that took advantage of the resentment of the community. With Labour's vote share plummeting by an astounding 44.7%, the Independent triumph with 42.5% of the vote, followed by the Conservatives in a far-off third place with 19.4% and Reform UK in fourth place with 4.8%. What is the reason for Labour's decline? The removal of approval for winter fuel payments for pensioners and the government's continued approval of arms sales to Israel during a period of heightened tensions in the Middle East are two controversial policies and decisions from Starmer's leadership that voters in the area seem to have taken direct issue with. These actions have particularly infuriated Labour's Muslim supporters, many of whom feel ignored and betrayed by the party's direction under Starmer, but the damage wasn't limited to London in Penlegaya. The party's performance in Swansea, another secure working location, was equally. In South Wales, which is traditionally one of its heartlands, bleak Labour came in far behind with only 6.6% of the vote, a drop of 5.6 points since the last election where the seat was decisively won by an independent candidate with 63.9%. Reform UK received 10.7%, and the Liberal Democrats finished with 13.6%. Meanwhile, in Maldon, North Essex, a safe Conservative seat, the Conservatives managed to hold on with 41.1% of the vote, but the Liberal Democrats came in close at 36.4%, and Reform with 16.7%. The UK secured a strong third-place finish once more. This indicates that the electorate is fragmenting and that neither the Conservatives nor Labour can afford to be complacent about reform. As if the results of the by-election weren't enough of a headache for Labour, the UK is now leading in national polls, and for the first time ever, Reform is revealing a startling new picture of the country's political landscape. According to a reputable pollster, the UK has topped a national survey. Find out today. Reform is currently polling at 26%, higher than both the Conservatives, 22%, and Labour, 23%. This isn't an isolated incident. A closer examination of the UK's national pollsters shows a close three-way contest between the Conservatives, Labour, and Reform more generally. 25% Reform, 23% Reform, 24% Labour, and 24% UGO Labour, 22% of Conservatives. 22% of Conservatives and 26% of Labour and Reform. 21% of UK workers are Techni, and 27% are Conservative. 23% of Reform. Conservatives and Delta poll Labour deadlocked at 25%, with Reform trailing at 23%. Show that voter allegiance is up for grabs and represent a significant change from just a few months ago. Reform. UK's rise has been fueled by disillusionment with both of the main parties, and many voters are now clear looking for an alternative voice in British politics. The road to May, a make-or-break moment with local elections in May fast approaching. Over 1,600 councillor seats are on the line across 23 local authorities. Of those, the Conservatives are defending 15 thanks to strong performances during the height of Boris Johnson's popularity. Labour is defending just one, but that doesn't make them immune from damage, especially if current trends continue. Electoral calculus is forecasting massive losses for the Tories, predicting they will win just 548 councillors, a net loss of 390 seats. But it's not all good news for Labour either. The projections suggest Reform UK could win 474 councillors, capturing 25% of the vote, a stunning result for a party that until recently had little local infrastructure. The Liberal Democrats are also tipped to pick up 200,20070 seats and 16% of the vote since the July general election. Labour has suffered a net loss of 37 by-election seats while the Tories have gained 24. Reform. The UK has only made slight progress, hiring 12 councillors, but many contend that the party is just now starting to professionalise and develop a ground game that has momentum but is being strangled in some places. Due to impending changes in local governance, Deputy Labour leader Andre Reina has authorised 9 councils to postpone the May elections. Many of these councils are located in areas where Reform UK was anticipated to be successful, such as Essex, Norfolk, Suffolk, and the Isle of Wight. Critics claim this is an open attempt to preserve Labour's standing and prevent further humiliation. Others contend that it's a pragmatic step related to restructuring. In any case, it's fueled reform. With public trust in both major parties eroding dramatically in the UK on the rights and a pivotal test approaching in May, Keir Starmer is under tremendous pressure to change the country's perception that the system is biased against them. Local elections may be held if Labour maintains its strong support in important communities and the party's message keeps falling flat. Signal the start of a far larger reckoning. Stay tuned, things are just getting started. In other news, residents of a town that was left behind by deindustrialization have called for a Donald Trump-style figure to destroy Britain's benefits bill. According to the 2021 census, an astounding 23% of working-age adults in one area of Stockton are economically inactive, making it the area with the highest rate of unemployment in the nation. With the exception of students and retirees, 67% of adults in an area north of the High Street do not work, which is significantly higher than the national average of 16.6%. Benefits make things easier. Chelsea Robinson, a 28-year-old stay-at-home mother who is not on welfare, told The Telegraph that you receive the same amount as if you worked in a shop, if not a car dealership. Supervisor. According to Nicholas Smith, 39, it's the largest issue in Stockton since some individuals simply don't want to work. Out of the 321 individuals in the region, 43% had no qualifications at all, and only 11 had worked in the preceding 12 months. A startling 163 adults between the ages of 16 and 64 said they had never worked at all, according to the census. Although Stockton has a historic industrial past that includes the opening of the first passenger railway in history in 1825 and stunning Georgian architecture, deindustrialization has destroyed the once thriving TS side. Top chemicals in the world. Pensioner Kathleen Atkinson, 77, blames industrial decline for the disappearance of the industries their parents had, explaining that young people in the steel and shipbuilding industries can no longer drop out of school and enter apprenticeships that become lifelong jobs. Norton Road in the town, with its vape shops, takeaway and boarded-up pubs, is an example of just that. John Duff, a 55-year-old unemployed construction worker, disputes this, saying there is enough of work if you want it. He also warns that some people use mental health conditions as an excuse to refuse benefits. According to a claim refuted this week by Labour's mass benefits, the government's welfare changes will cut the number of eligible PIP beneficiaries by 800,000, saving £4,500 year per person. Deborah Pitt, 63, who receives PIP and universal credit for heart issues and arthritis, says she is afraid and that it is frightening that they are taking away pensioners' benefits and that they will now take away disability benefits at the general election. Reform UK. In Stockton North, Labour came in second place, and Ian Robinson, 55, an unemployed plasterer, has heaped praise on Nigel F's party for simply slapping the benefits. Doesn't anyone want Starmer? He's ahead, don't we? Robinson stated, if you haven't already, please make sure to like this video and let me know what you think about the topics we covered in today's video in the comments box below. For more British stuff, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and be careful. Goodbye.